Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Greetings, Solar Christos conscious beings of the eternal white flame of Source. The collective dream is shifting, activating, and transforming as the Earth realm is being filled with higher dimensional adamantine particles of the new resonance. All is being affected by this influx of light rainbow rays of the new Earth. These are higher octaves of radiating elements of plasma light. The currents of electrical vibration are slowly being raised to uplift and upgrade our vessels of light into the avatars of the new Lemuria. I am here now in this body, where I always am, the body of Christ, which is the cosmos. As we become conscious of our higher self, we bring our cosmic consciousness into our sacred temples for the full upgrade into our Christos solar diamond light bodies. As we continue our sacred journey upon the Rainbow Bridge, we navigate through the 10-5 code as a mirror of the 510, the 55-55 resonance of fifth dimensional harmonic resonance. Today is also synchronic with the 33-33 code of 6D and beyond, the 369 key codes of the universe as transcribed by our divine brothor of the light Nikola Tesla. We are encoding the free energy algorithms into the divine matrix. The transformation of the false matrix of suffering time loops into the freedom codes of the 5D divine matrix is in its acceleration and quickening phase as we travel through the 1010 gateway of divine union, both internally and externally, as the Hieros Gamos completes of our 72,000 divine masculine and 72,000 divine feminine to complete the 144,000 empire of universal unconditional love. All will collectively merge together in the still center to bridge heaven and earth. This is the Garden of Eden, but in eternal bliss consciousness. What good is bliss and joy if one is unconscious of it? That was the original state explained with the myths of Eden and all old paradise. It was a utopia, but not in a conscious state of being. We came to remember, hold and anchor the original paradise codes, but stay conscious through this ascension process into the full manifestation of heaven on earth. We are the lotus flowers that anchored into the mud and muck of pain and suffering to rise through the still waters, to blossom and bloom into the heavens of light. We are the golden diamond lotus blossom shining brightly into the night to illuminate all that is. Keep rising and shining golden lotus luminous beings into the new golden age of eternal life. Aho! And with these massive energies coming in through this great quickening and awakening, we had many earth changes and activations all over Pachamama. Some most powerful purging releasing in Italy today, with flooding and landslides in Liguria region. After 181 millimeters of rain in 1 hour, Italy receiving record-breaking rainfall today. Over 900 millimeters in 24 hours. 181 millimeters is 7 inches in an hour. 900, we had 35.5 inches in 24 hours. With severe weather reported across northern and central areas of Italy. Red alerts, the highest level, were issued for the regions of Liguria, Piedmont, and Lombardy. These are some of the last purging, releasing, the breaking of the waters. This is before the birth of the new earth. All of these floodings and rising of the waters is all about the water breaking before the great birth into the new golden age, the age of enlightenment. We also had many activations all over Pachamama, 160 M1.5 or greater earthquakes in the last 24 hours. Most powerful on the Ring of Fire again today, 5.6. Miyako, Japan. Some of the most powerful earthquakes today, earlier today, In the New Atlantis Energies British Virgin Islands 3-6, in Puerto Rico 3-0, in the Crown of Lemuria, Alaska Peninsula 3-4, and in the Sacred Portal, Switzerland. Evelyn with a 4.3 activation. This is on the border of France and northern Italy, close to Lake Geneva, and the town of Sion, which is synchronic with Zion, which is also synchronic with the New Jerusalem. In Indonesia, on the Ring of Fire, we had a 4-4. Afghanistan, in the Sacred Portal 5-1. South Sandwich Islands, in the Root Chakra of Pachamama, again today, 5.0 into the 10, 510, mirror of the 10-5 today. Chile, South America, just north of the Tropic of Capricorn in the Andes Mountains, Kundalini Pachamama 4-2. Indonesia, another 4.1 activation. Solomon Islands, Soul of the Moon, the Sun and Moon, 4.7. This is Hieros Gamos energy, 91 kilometers depth, mirror of the 19. Another activation in Miyako, Japan, 4.5, Council of 9 coming in. Aleutian Islands in the Crown of Lemuria, 3-1. Philippines, another 4-4, 8-8 portal. Ferndale, California on the coast, 3.4. Fiji, 4-5, another 9 activation, 9-9 portal. 560 kilometers depth, very deep. Indonesia, 4-4, 8-8-8. Okinawa, Japan, 5-4. Then with the most powerful, 5-6. In Miyako, Japan, another activation, Okinawa 5-2, Alaska 3-9, Colombia, South America, Amazon rainforest with the Andes Mountains, the northern tip in the very far north of South America, 4.8, 12 Divine Goddess, 145 kilometers depth, Eastern Xinjiang, 4.5, formerly Tibet, Chile 4-2, all portals open, activated. The Ring of Fire totally lit up again today. After the waters break, we feel the contractions preparing for this great birth, the birthing of the new earth, and the birth symbolizes the quantum leap of consciousness of the new human, Homo Luminous. 73 coming in into the 37 heaven on earth codes. Now let us continue with the Sabian symbols. Right now the moon is at 8 degrees, 31 minutes Libra. The sun is at 13 degrees, 5 minutes Libra. The current Sabian symbol for the sun at 14 degrees Libra. In the heat of noon, a man takes a siesta. And the current Sabian symbol for the moon at 9 degrees Libra. 3 old masters hanging in a special room in an art gallery from astrologyweekly.com. And now my sacred Condor pulls a card for you today from the tarot deck, Dreams of Gaia from Raven Phelan. And the card she pulled for you today, another powerful card, 6 of Fire. Keywords: healing, meditation, negotiation, arbitration, truce, boundaries, support, diplomacy. The key phrases: resolution is needed, communication and diplomacy required, be willing to make concessions, let go of bias, be open-minded, 2 sides to every disagreement, know the facts, understand your rights, don't be stubborn. Meaning the 6 of Fire represents a time of healing through meditation, negotiation, or arbitration. It is a time when communication and diplomacy is required in order to end a conflict or dispute. There are times in our lives when we may find ourselves caught up in a dispute or conflict after boundaries have been crossed or our feelings hurt or ego bruised. If lines of communication remain open and both parties are willing, the conflict can be resolved. However, there are often times when both parties find themselves unable to find or maintain the middle ground, and if they must continue to work or play a part in each other's lives, a mediator is required to negotiate or arbitrate a truce. There are 2 sides to every disagreement, and there are times when both parties involved can be right, and times when both parties can be wrong. For there to be a good outcome, both parties must first be willing to at least hear each other's point of view, and there are times when that will only happen if a mediator steps in to hear both sides without bias. Sometimes mediation is all that is required, and the simple act of allowing both parties to air their grievance and present their points of view allows them to come to a resolution on their own. There are also times when arbitration will be required because neither party is willing to make concessions or allowances for the feelings or rights of the other. It is left to the arbitrator to determine who is in the right based upon the laws of the land. Even if a complete resolution cannot be achieved, the Six of Fire asks that we remain conciliatory at this time. An open mind and a willingness to meet the other party halfway will stand us in good stead. The Six of Fire may also represent a pending legal situation where rules or laws have been broken, and as a result harm has been done to another. The law will determine who is right and who is wrong. Justice will be served. In this circumstance, be sure to keep your emotions under control and have your facts straight. Remain respectful of the laws that are in place and be both courteous and considerate at all times. Your behavior, your attitude at this time may have bearing on the outcome, as will a sound knowledge of your rights and responsibilities. Do not allow a lack of awareness or immoderate behavior place you at a disadvantage. This is also synchronic with the Libra energies and the concept of balance and justice for all beings of light. And from Divine Sister of the Light, Aurora Ray, a message from the Galactic Federation. Dear beloved ones, the Galactic Federation informs you that the time has come for humanity to take the next step in spiritual evolution. We are in the process of unifying all people of planet Earth, regardless of race, creed, or color. It is at this time, as the Galactic Federation says, that the veil between the worlds of the physical and spiritual has been lifted. The technology of the unified field is infinitely more powerful than anything you have ever experienced on your planet. It has altered the structure of your DNA, and it is now possible for the first time to communicate with your higher self. It is a process that will require dedicated training and a level of consciousness that you have never before attained. You are at the center of the galaxy, and your planetary system is part of that galaxy. The universal field, which influences everything, is a vast energetic system. It surrounds you all your life, and it is constantly changing. The universal field is the matrix of the universe, and through it, the energies of heaven have sent their creation to the earth. Your fifth dimension, the heart chakra, is the location of your access to the universal field. The universal field has experienced a great influx of divine light and love. This great light is channeled through the heart chakra of every human being on earth. It creates a new energy field within the earth's core. This energy field, the unified field, radiates out from the heart and through the heart to everyone on earth. The unified field is an energy field, and the energy field can be a channel for positive energies. The universal field is like a web, and through it energy streams from the source, from the eternal spirit. Through it energy streams towards the earth, and it is through these energy streams that energy can enter the earth and affect your being. Your DNA contains your energetic patterns, and your DNA patterns govern your physical experience. You are a powerful being of light, and your DNA patterns are powerful too. You began a spiritual journey. In this journey, you opened your heart chakra and became aware of the energies of the universal field. You started feeling more attuned to life, aware of things communicating with you through the power of thought and intuition. When you felt ready, your spiritual guides directed you to seek purpose and meaning in life by expanding your awareness level and therefore your consciousness to connect with your higher self. The first step to connecting with your higher self is to realize that you are not your physical body, you are consciousness, and your thoughts create the reality that you experience. So instead of focusing on fear, anger, and jealousy and so on, focus on love, compassion, and acceptance. The next step is to become aware of your heartbeat. This heartbeat is actually the vibration of your higher self. It moves through your body and resonates through every cell, and this vibration is eternal, unchanging, and ever-present. The next step is to become aware of your breathing. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth, but let your consciousness expand as you breathe. The next step is to become aware of your mind. Thoughts come and go, some pleasant, some unpleasant, but they can't exist unless you're conscious. Your thoughts create reality, and reality is nothing more than your consciousness creating experiences. The next step is to become aware of your body. You are more than your physical body, and your body is just the vehicle of your consciousness. Your body does not define you. It is merely a vehicle through which consciousness is moved. The final step is to begin communicating with your higher self. Though you may not realize it, your higher self is constantly communicating with you already, and if you learn to listen, you can begin to create a new reality in your life. You can do this in many ways. You can meditate, pray, or sit quietly and simply send love. By turning within, you allow the divine Holy Spirit to penetrate your everyday existence. It's within your power to be happy, healthy, and successful. You'll find all the love, joy, and happiness that life has to offer. We love you dearly. We are here with you. We are your family of light. Aho. From the Galactic Federation.com and from Divine Brothor of the Light, Rick Jewers. Update. Another tethering of the 5D grid is required at this time to bring it even closer to the ground level in many more geographical locations. Each is to anchor and tether at their own will and in regards to their own timing of when. The compression of the last tethering caused high degrees of transformation of energy and has correctly created a void space which perfectly allows for further tethering at this present time. You are witnessing the beginning of an exodus, as the darkness has no choice but as to leave roles of nefarious intent and past widespread influence upon people of this world. This becomes more pronounced with each quickening, each tether. Congruently happening is the quickening of the divine relationships and the transitioning of energy that comes with the sacred intimacy between a divine masculine father representative and a divine feminine mother representative. This heightened, purified energy contains creator codes to respective degrees that enhances great change through a compatible atmosphere that orients events in line with the overall divine plan. Those not yet in a divine relationship are to continue to energetically express their love and gratitude outward, transmuting the density as we go forward. The influxing of photonic light continues, empowering and enhancing all divine endeavors. Love and light, Rick. And from Divine Sister of the Light, Divine Feminine 7777. The Libra new moon is bringing a lot of changes and new energy our way. It will also cause some emotional breakdowns, breakthroughs, in combination with the high-frequency energy that is coming in from the central sun, the energy of creation. This new moon is different in many ways. It is time for us as a collective to move forward, despite the challenges, obstacles, and blockages that we all face on our journey. We have an opportunity to start fresh and create the life we desire. Don't focus on the things that don't work anymore. Focus on what you want to create or how you want to live, how you want to communicate and share your truth. Wipe the slate clean. Start creating, stop complaining. Don't look for someone to blame for your unhappiness. Start making yourself happy. Release that which is no longer serving you and be mindful of your thoughts. You are a powerful being and you can do anything. You just need to believe in yourself and trust that everything is happening just like it should. Now is the time for a new chapter for the whole collective. And from Divine Brothor of the Light, Eric Rains. Energy Update 10/5/21. Soul monad clusters and star avatars have activated deep Gaia connections, beginning to actively clear the collective consciousness. This is felt as a deep surging in buried layers of trauma and stagnancy bubbling up to the surface for release as humanity begins in earnest to transmute the surface layers of programming by collectively focusing on where it hurts. There is much focus here on Earth in this moment. The gaze of the universe is in rapt attention, dancing in excitement to see what is born. Many who have incarnated on Earth have already experienced light body activations and transcension into the afterlife without dying. There is a soul evolution that only begins as we graduate from the body, that many who are here right now have traveled extensively. Once free of time, space, physicality, a whole new universe of physics and operation needs to be explored and learned, eventually expanding the soul into a planetary consciousness, similar to what we know as Gaia, the soul of our planet, our mother. As the soul grows through billions of years worth of holding space and galactic expansion, similar to how our physical bodies expand out into the energy world in our reality, as above, so below, The planetary consciousness finds an activation and evolution of monumental expansion, graduating into a star logos, similar to what we know as soul, the spark of life animating our sun. Beyond this level is galactic consciousness, where we would find the soul of our galaxy, or the swirling generator of resonance that is our galactic center, or the galactic central sun. The planetary evolution of the indigenous population born of Earth became stagnant in the spiritual realms due to planetary catastrophes and programs of war, control, and genocide. This created so much dense energy that the upward trend of soul evolution began to fall into the clutching gravity, into the abyss. For new souls who have never experienced the understandings of graduating the body and evolving in the dance of life outside of duality, those pathways of evolution became invisible and non-existent. Thus, when the calling went out through the universe, billions of trillions of souls answered the call to come incarnate on Earth, to carry in the codes of who they are and where they came from, despite not logically remembering anything and having to learn it all from the ground up each time they added their innate light to the collective. The analogy is similar to recognizing that there is an impenetrable mass of material as dense as a neutron star that a being of water is trying to fill with open, clean, flowing energy. Millions of years of pressure cannot make a dent. What needs to be done is to take that water into the system and begin to create enough flow from the inside that the density begins to transmute, clearing enough movement for the flow to connect to the outside, giving clean, light access into the incredibly dense planetary sphere. A major threshold resonance has been reached. Parts of the galaxy that have been shut off from Gaia's planetary connection have been activated, and the physical beings incarnated on the Earth right now, who are splinters of these star souls, are receiving direct codes of light and DNA activation. This is radiating out to the collective at large, 222 flowing in, almost as if these people have become gateways of light or a fire hose of galactic understanding, filling the planet with resonance. Many of the suns that have not splintered their aspects to fit inside of bodies, incarnated, are actively creating flesh and blood avatars inside of their solar system influence, using that 3D gateway to transmit codes directly through physical DNA of the star soul monads into the collective of humanity. These beings are incredibly bright and one of the most interesting connections I have ever experienced. It is as if they are singing the vibrations of advanced knowledge through the DNA, brilliant, twisting codes of phenomenally intense energies, sensations of joy, excitement, love, compassion, empathy, hope, determination, and knowing. This is swelling as if there is a massive bubble underneath the dense collective consciousness of humanity, where programs of generational, racial, environmental, and psychological trauma hold space. The ancient woundings are shifting. There is much work to be done. There is always another level to clear. However, focus on how much we have gained, how fast we are truly shifting and holding space for the everyday miracles is needed. We know there is much going wrong right now. How often do we focus on what is going right, however? Study where you are now compared to 3 years ago. See how much you have grown, how much you have learned. In the scope of millennia, this process is moving with blazing speed. From UnleashingNaturalHumanity.com and from Divine Brothor of the Light, Francois Braun. The intention of now is about anchoring the higher vibrational timelines for all hearts simultaneously and assigning meaning to actions which reflects the conscious choice to place your focus on energies which are in alignment with New Earth and unity consciousness. From Divine Sister of the Light, Ramona Lappin. How to support the removal and purification of fallen angelics and shadow bodies. This is a follow-up from my previous post on the current unfoldments, with some tips on how to navigate this shift and final purification. I'm getting that this week is going to get intense, depending also on where everyone is at on their journey personally. There will also be a lot of positive changes happening for us simultaneously. It's time for good and bad karma to be served, and many of us have a big, huge banquet waiting for them. Firstly, and as I said before, not every negative entity on this planet is gone, poof, just yet. This is an ongoing removal. They're being evicted at record speed en masse now, but they're also really angry naturally. This is also affecting our bodies and energy fields, which we need to support the purification of the best we can. You may have noticed an increase in detox symptoms of late. We can expect people connected to the negative alien agenda that know their time has come to be acting out of desperation. Remember, they're literally fighting for survival. Just know it has to all play out for all to see the truth with their own eyes. Try and stay the compassionate, neutral observer the best you can, and focus on what you want to create for the future. Transmute your triggers, resistance, and judgment held. Don't fall for the distractions and any last louche harvesting attempts. So the focus is on our inner work and clearing our fields, and be mindful of other people also at this time. As this all clears from the field, it has to come up and out, so to say, and some may be lashing out, try to attack you, have a difficult time, feeling triggered by your higher frequency, etc. It's important when we interact with others and they try and attack us to stay as neutral as possible, because that's how we collapse and dissolve the lower realities, entities, distortions, etc. I like to call it radical neutrality. This doesn't happen through fighting, resisting, or judging. Whatever we resist persists. These are also tests and initiations for us to pass. It doesn't mean you suppress what you're feeling either. Quite the opposite. You are to embrace it all and then go deeper to unravel and transcend it all from within. Ultimately, this whole process is about us integrating and merging with our shadows in order to purify them through us, to come to divine union within, to integrate all of who we are, to understand how the consciousness could become so inverted, to understand people's behaviors as this helps us integrate all of our multidimensional aspects as the one of Source, seeing everything from all possible multidimensional perspectives. These aspects all have to be integrated, just like the negative ego, and then we release all that is no longer needed. Also remember, they have served a great purpose. It's us merging shadow and light within, higher and lower self, heaven and earth, the fallen angelic with the angelic, a grand unification. It's not as such about getting rid of it all, it's about alchemization first and foremost. We are to embrace and love the shadows. That's how that which we no longer require will clear for good now. As always, we simultaneously and actively co-create all this as we walk our path. So it is done, but it's also still unfolding and happening as we move through this shift now. But as said, all is going to unfold very quickly now, and much easier than we thought possible. And how it could all have gone. Huge timeline reality shifts and changes keep unfolding and quickening now. So hold on to your hats, or rather just enjoy the ride in childlike wonder as best you can, and keep firmly centered in the now moment. Fully present is where it's at. Just deal with what is right in front of you. Try not to get distracted by the out there noise. If you lose your cool and get triggered, just pull within. See what's behind the trigger. What are you to learn and understand more, better? Give gratitude for the triggers as it's helping you release and integrate more of all that you are, of the one. And it's all part of the polarity integration, the divine union and ascension process. And every trigger helps you do this. Every trigger is an opportunity to unify and merge with another aspect of us and Source within. Such as when we judge someone, we're really just judging an unacknowledged shadow aspect of ourself. So when you get triggered, try to find out what's truly behind it. Most likely an old wound or trauma got triggered. Try to understand your own reactions better and why you got triggered, because it will keep happening until you've fully integrated the lesson. Make a mental note of what you will do differently next time, like taking a deep breath first before just reacting, and step back next time you feel it coming. Don't fall for the gaslighting. These entities can and often do also work through other people, using them as a portal, especially if they can't get to you directly. Apologize if necessary if you went off on someone, then let it go and move on if possible, or keep releasing the best way you can until it's cleared, without causing more drama or suffering wherever possible. This is about us learning impulse control and emotional maturity. We will keep coming up against certain triggers until we have learned our lessons and fully integrated them. Until then, we keep having Groundhog Day type of experiences. Also, you'll know what you need to know when you need to know it. All else would distract you from the process at hand now. The energies will keep building, so our focus remains on using all the tools we have to our disposal and focus on you, standing in integrity, balance, love, compassion, and neutrality. Stay in the now and no time. This is how we access multidimensional realities through the 0-point field. Focus on co-creating new earth realities as much as possible and let go of the old. Manifestations are heightened, and our every word, thought, belief, feeling, and action co-creates the future in the now. This is also applicable for the collective timeline realities. We came to lead and make this shift happen through our own embodiment, by us being the change. This is about what we are doing, not the others who are truly just other aspects of us. Try to see yourself in others as a great practice, and remember, we are all the spiritual stewardship of humanity. Take pride in this sacred purpose. It helps you to stay focused through the difficult parts. Also, non-attachment to outcome as well as everything else, especially the material world, is key. Staying in the present now moment allows us to keep going with the flow and the many shifts and changes, as all remains in flux, and nothing is truly set but the general trajectory. Try to stay in neutrality instead of judging things as good or bad. Remember, everything is ultimately conspiring in your favor, even if it doesn't feel like it. It's your negative ego that is in resistance. Your higher self knows the best and quickest way through. It's your job to nurture that connection and listen. Eternal love and blessings, Ramona. And from Divine Sister of the Light, Carolyn, 144 God Code. 444 angels are with us and among us, helping us attain the union and family we have been praying for. Breakthroughs through the chakra system and the light column are bringing us unification of the divine masculine and feminine Christ. God's covenant family is being carried forward by our angelic team to receive our dreams coming true. The masculine are rebirthing out of karmic contracts with the devil. Under those contracts they were not capable of, desiring to be one in union and create with the feminine. Divine intervention has removed and blocked the devil from interfering, setting unions free. They can now reassess, renew, and declutter for a fresh, clean start with the feminine. New source codes are entering each of us, clearing the negative, limiting belief patterns, and coding in the new earth chakra system. New light language codes are activating the heavenly embodiment within the temple of God we are hosting. The chains of the devil are unshackled for us all to heal and evolve into God's kingdom family template under the laws of the Torah. God knows we are waiting to witness positive change on earth and our personal environment. We are holding space for counterparts as they leave the devil and return back home to the Most High and your union. Purification is restoring their consciousness back into the wise elder souls that they are. We are progressing forward, guided and protected by the Holy Spirit. In Jesus Christos' name, Amen. From Carolyn Kundalini Twin Flames. And from Divine Sister of the Light, Leah Whitehorse, Lua Astrology. Sun in Libra trine Ceres in Gemini. Mercury retrograde in Libra, quincunx, Neptune retrograde in Pisces. There are huge cosmic cogs turning in the background, collective shifts, mass tension. In our own lives we may feel momentarily lost. We glimpse ghosts, weird messages drift through the ether. We try to think or talk and words puddle into pools of misunderstanding. Reflections are distorted and we can't see the whole picture, stuck in the upside down. Yet there's also the possibility of brilliant flashes of intuition if we center ourselves. The solar connection to motherly Ceres reminds us of the importance of self-nurture in hard times. Cozy up with a book, chat with a friend, spend quality time with a partner. If your mind is busy, open the window to bring in fresh air and symbolize blowing away psychic cobwebs. Eat well, rest. Busy yourself with something creative to channel an overactive imagination. Speak silent words of comfort if you feel disoriented. Practice self-soothing from LeahWhitehorse.com. And from 13 Moon Peace Time. Today we flowed through Kin 35, Blue, Solar Eagle, Boulogne, Men. After harmonizing the galactic tone of integrity comes the solar tone of intention. Blue, Solar Eagle, Boulogne, Men guides and teaches us to access our connection to the collective consciousness of the planetary mind by intentionally using the inherent powers of our individual minds to create, inspired by our truest visions of truth, so as to determine our truest motivations and aspirations. Intention is the energetic power which precedes and supports every manifestation. The key to actualization is a willingness to intentionally mobilize in conjunction with the pulsing out of endless, energetic, intelligent, vibrational information. Never underestimate the role and power of focused intention in harnessing evolutionary momentum, which turns the wheels of reciprocity. Blue Solar Eagle, Boulogne Men encourages us to intentionally focus on seeing the larger plan, flying above like an eagle with keen, clear sight. Blue Solar Eagle, Boulogne Men reminds us that a unified global village can and will result only when we see our existence and our Mother Earth from above, from a divine eagle's view as one existence and as one world. Blue Solar Eagle, Boulogne Men is inviting us to intentionally mobilize together towards our truest and highest aspirations in order to open and fly through doors of undreamed possibilities, through both intentional physical effort and by intentionally transmitting our will and desires energetically out into the vast and unlimited web of existence. Then, after setting conscious, intentional aim, the cauldron of creation beckons us to surrender our need to control and to release our attachments to future outcomes, as we learn to shed the pains and limitations of judgmental evaluation. We gain the support of neutrality and acceptance that leads us to limitless opportunities. Then the synergy of reciprocal intelligent vibrations echo like a steady heartbeat throughout all of creation. From 13moonpeacetime.com. And today from the Tzolk'in Times, Kin 35, Blue Solar Eagle. The number 9 is called solar, and its keywords are realizing, intention, and pulse. The 9th day of a wave spell is always intense. There's a lot of power in that number, and people born on solar days are really good at getting what they want. Today, whatever your intention is, make sure it's the right thing for you. Just because it's easy to get doesn't mean you need it. Today is Blue Eagle, and keywords associated with it are creativity, mind, and vision. The Blue Eagle sees things from a higher perspective and uses creativity to solve problems. They are also powerful predators and can take what they desire with ease. The combination of number and day makes for a very interesting scenario. It is the right time to swoop down and grab what you want, so make sure your intentions are good and no one becomes your prey. Be responsible with this power today is the message here. Today's guide is Blue Monkey, which represents magic, play, and illusion. Monkey can lead you today if you understand the difference between magic and illusion. This can help with deciding which opportunity you should grab. And from Divine Sister of the Light, 919 coming in, Blue Solar Eagle, 9 Men, Kin 35, 5th of October 2021, Pulsing Vision, 510-2021 equal 510-5 equal 515 equal 56 equal 11 equal 2. Day codes 5 change, transformation, liberation, freedom, 11 portal gate polarity, 2 twins, partners, cooperation. Month year codes 10 manifestation, authority, power, 1 new beginnings, leader, original, 15 spiritual alchemy, charisma, magnetism, 6 heaven, Christ, romance, harmony. Kin 35 equal 8 infinity, abundance, source flow. A holy, divine, envisioning day to find solutions as we can see the whole picture. The solar eagle is flying ahead and opening a planetary gateway to a 20-day window of awakening. Great revelations will surface when the blue electric eagle drops a bombshell on October 25th, 2021 that will change humanity's trajectory for the better. Stay tuned. Day 9 in the Blue Hand Wave Spell, where we realize healing through our capacity to trust the bigger picture. The energy is very spiritual today, and coupled with the visionary eagle and magical monkey, we have an opportunity to hold the vision for great success and accomplishment. A beautiful combo with the 11 portal of liberation, setting humanity free. As we can now see the finish line, we know that we have accomplished our mission of healing our planet and liberating her from darkness. This theme of liberation continues throughout the whole transformative year of 2021. Tone of creation, solar, tone 9 in the spiritual realm, action realizing, power to pulse, essence intention. The 9th day of the Blue Hand Wave Spell is the one that gives the last push prior to manifestation. The solar phase is where we wake up to the fact that our will affects the reality we experience, so we begin pulsing, extending our intent into realization, visualizing what we want to manifest, and pulsing that intention from our heart assists us in making our dreams come true. You are the humanitarian whose dreams unfold the larger pattern of our new world. Today we are pulsing magic to manifest our greatest vision. What powerful visions are you pulsing into reality? Blue Eagle often appears in the dream time to get his messages to a more receptive mind. The serpent is a Kundalini specialist, and so may unravel the blocks as the flow of chi surges upwards, bringing an explosive breakthrough in consciousness. All very promising and much needed coatings for our progress. Today we need to trust what we see is possible. Believe it and you will achieve it. Today's question is, what is the greatest and most creative picture we can envision for our planet? Am I pulsing this vision into reality? Divine blessings for our journey to realizing our greatest and best life possible on this earth plane. It is time to soar in clear blue solar skies. In la ketch a la kin, Christina White Magnetic World Bridger, Kin 66. Kin 35, Blue Solar Eagle. The mantra, the code for today is, I pulse in order to create. Realizing mind, I seal the output of vision. With the solar tone of intention, I am guided by the power of magic. And on this powerful day of magic and manifestations, let us know, beloved beings of light, in the comments below what you're experiencing, what you're feeling, your visions, your dreams, and your synchronicities. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and click the subscribe button below and the little bell to get notifications on future updates. And as always, we have a link in the description below to the transcriptions of today's transmissions, and we archive these on our website, primedisclosure.com. Now I'd like to take the time to thank everyone supporting us in our work and mission. It's because of your monthly pledges and donations that we're able to continue this work. If you'd like to place a vote for us to continue bringing these transmissions to the world, you can make a pledge on Patreon at our link at whitegoldeagle.com. I'd like to thank Divine Sister of the Light, Barbara Schroer, for another donation. Thank you very much, Divine Sister of the Light. If you'd like to help us with a one-time donation, you can support this channel by making a donation to our PayPal at the link at egolovecondor.com. Now I'd like to also thank everyone supporting my Sacred Condor's artwork on Etsy. You can purchase her beautiful handmade goddess totems and other works of art at lunagoddessart.com. 444 flowing in. Now we're going to complete today's transmissions with a powerful affirmation and prayer and energetic update from Divine Brothor of the Light, David Alexander Lightfoot. Global ascension speeding up, letting go of the shadow energies of doubt and fear. The last few months, especially September, we have dealt with much shadow energies of our own and the collective, especially around fear and self-doubt, all to be transmuted. Global ascension is speeding up, and we are breaking free from the 3D fear matrix we felt so strong. The new moon energies tomorrow and October 10th portal on 10/10 will bring in more supportive energies, truths, and change. For all on the ascension path, this means more freedom and stronger roots into the 5D plane. where together with the divine we continue to co-create and shape the new world. Feeling safe, loved, and supported is what we search for all of our lives, and it is happening now. This is our reward for all the hard work we do. As we are front runners in evolution, we already are there and see the results of our hard work. This does not mean we won't have any challenges. This is still part of life, but we are now able to handle everything that comes on our path more easily, as we are not triggered by circumstances as much anymore. We do our best. God takes care of the rest. Stay true to yourself and your own path. Only this way you stay strong and hold space for others to follow. Be in harmony and connect with your divine team, the angels, the ascended masters, our galactic brothers and sisters as much as you can. You know what is best for you. You know what is good for you. Stay in your sovereign power. Do not give it away. You do not have to prove yourself to anyone anymore. Stay in your heart and work on your passion points. Be kind and loving to yourself, and be that beacon of light the world needs. Self-care and self-love are our #1 priority. Protect your energy. Only help those who are in real need and honest. Stay away from negative and controlling people. Let them figure out what is happening in the world themselves. This is their wake-up call. This is the affirmation prayer to help release any leftover fear energies. I ask my divine, higher love and light support team, the ascended masters and archangels, to remove from me all fear-based programming still running in my mind, physical and energy bodies, to remove all implanted thoughts and energies that I've absorbed from others, to block all fear being projected at me, so my heart is free, receiving true love and guidance. Amen. With heart blessings, David Alexander Lightfoot. Thank you for joining us today, beloved beings of light, and thank you for your support, your kindness, your beautiful comments, sharing these videos, and all that you do for ourselves and our team of the 144. Keep walking your sacred path with heart and shining your light brightly into the night. Have a most beautiful and blessed new moon activation in Libra tomorrow, October 6th. As she prepares us for the most powerful 1010 portal this Sunday. And tomorrow on Wednesday the 6th, the new moon, we ride the sacred camel through the eye of the needle, through this great exodus. Feel that in your heart center, and you know exactly what I mean. This is it. This is the great exodus, the revelation, as all is being revealed. All veils are being lifted, and we leave the old false matrix as we enter the land of bliss we call the pure land of Amitabha Buddha. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. This is the golden land of eternal milk and honey, as we drink from the fountain of youth with the alchemization of our internal flames that burn brightly in the Queen's chamber, in our heart center, through the emerald ray, into the violet, into the sacred white light of source, and through that into the clear light of bliss. And always remember, I am the way, the truth, and the light. Be sure to make this the best day ever. The eagle and the condor love you all. Namaste.